I am Greyson Welch. I am the co-director and cinematographer of SMOOTS.
My name is Brian Duong. I am the producer and the actor of the film SMOOTS.
My name is Silas Borelly. I'm the co-writer, co-director, co-producer, and I also act in SMOOTS.
Do you actually cook on set too, or provide the food?
Yeah. Also a caterer.
And security.
I'm the key grip, lighting technician. Yeah, all the above.
What is your short film about?
So it follows the story of what it starts as one guy's story, turns into three guys' story of what happened in this bar, and it's pretty much seeing who's telling the truth through a series of going and rewind and telling the same story. Lots of action, funny stuff happens, and it's a lot of twists in the story, so it's kind of hard to tell about it without giving it away.
No, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So where did the inspiration for this story come from? Because this is like an everyday story that plays out in bars all over the world.
So the inspiration from SMOOTS was I was driving around my hometown and I passed by SMOOTS, and it's an actual bar.
Where's your hometown?
Natchez, Mississippi.
Awesome.
And I drove by and I put my car in reverse and I parked and I walked around the premises and I took some pictures, and I worked with him on another film and I hit him up and we just wanted to collab and make a short film.
When and where did you film this film?
That's a good question. Well, so we filmed it at a bar in Natchez, Mississippi called SMOOTS Grocery. That's where we got the name of the short film from, but I forget when exactly.
It was around
100 years ago.
It was around November of 2020.
Yeah.
I believe. September.
No, I think it was November.
It was around I believe it was around September of 2020.
Okay, so we're in the middle of a pandemic in 2020. So tell us a little bit about did any of your cast or crew have hesitations to, come out and film with you guys, and what kind of precautions did you take?
I'll let Greyson answer this.
Well, we did our best to wear masks on set while we were filming because it wasn't an enclosed space, and then when somebody was not needed on set, we asked them to step outside. We didn't have too much trouble as far as nobody. I mean, we checked beforehand to make sure that nobody had contact or was positive or anything like that. But it went pretty smoothly, actually.
So what was it like approaching the actual business, and what was that conversation like, and any advice you'd give to any filmmakers that wanted to film in a particular business? What would you say what was your success or your secret sauce for them to say yes?
Sure, I'll let you guys finish the question. But I think something that we did well was we chose a resource that was immediately available to us. Like, we already had a connection with the owner of the bar, so that was a super helpful creative restraint, because we weren't wondering, it could take place in any number of places. Like, no, we need to tell a story that takes place in a bar. We've already got a great resource, so we did well by just leaning into what we already had available. So it wasn't difficult to get, but you guys can tell the specific story.
Of what?
Of how we got SMOOTS.
Yeah, I'm actually friends with the owners. Well, we both are. Me and Brian both. That's a mutual friend we have. They're a director and producer that are local to Natchez, and they have a lot of restaurants, bars, and that kind of thing in the area. So when he hit me up to shoot the film, he was like, "Let's shoot in this bar that we can get access to, and let's just write a story within the bar and go from there." And so that's kind of how we started, coming up with the idea for SMOOTS. And then it kind of went from there, just collaboration of ideas and put them all together, and that's how it started. Yeah.
What did you guys learn about yourselves professionally and personally while filming this film in the middle of a pandemic? And is there any tips for you can give other filmmakers on where to submit and the submission process to submit your film into film festivals?
I'm gonna let y'all do that.
Yeah, I mean, I could talk about that. I personally have been pleasantly surprised by how well our film has done, because we really did just come together to just make something fun. It was a one-day shoot. We finished the post-production pretty quickly, so we didn't have these lofty expectations of it to do well, and we pulled some cash together and submitted it to about 18 festivals, something like that, and it's gotten into 8 of the 10 that we've heard of thus far. So it's done super well. So it's actually it's not that difficult. Just get on Film Freeway, figure out a way to raise a little bit of cash in order to submit to the festivals, and you'll be thoroughly surprised at what happens with the festivals.
Just dive in the deep end of the swimming pool is what you're saying.
Exactly. Yeah. I think a lot of times creators, especially when it's just a short film, it's not a feature or anything long form, have a tendency to want to withhold whatever it is for nervousness of how it'll be received. But this film is a good testament to just putting it out there.
Yeah. My advice is just go for it. I mean, you really never know how far your film's gonna go. Literally, even a tiny budget, no budget, short film. If you're passionate about it and you want to tell a story, or you want to have fun with something and just shoot, and use a bunch of guys, to create something, it can go a long way. Like he said, we really had no expectations in terms of like film festivals, and here we are. So yeah, and it was a really fun process anyway. And in terms of like learning stuff, it's a really inspiring kind of, in knowing, getting into these festivals and stuff, being like, hey, let's keep doing this. It kind of inspires you to make more and keep creating, and the sky's the limit with that. So
what's next for you guys professionally? What's next on the plate for you guys?
We're actually editing another short. It's probably around 10 minutes long. We've been editing while we've been at this film festival in our hotel room, and that film is our next short film we're putting out. We've done another handful before SMOOTS, and we'll continue to keep making them. We also have jobs in actual films and movies, and that's what we do, like kind of professionally. But short films is a passion we all have, just to, if nothing else, just for the fun of it and to learn more and get involved, and create something fun. So.